In the 1960s, a new live-action Batman TV show came on the air and became necessary family TV viewing. However, Adam West, who portrayed the show's titular hero, was not living a very family-friendly lifestyle behind the scenes. Both he and his co-star, Burt Ward, lived a life of sexual debauchery during their time on the seminal action program, both on and off the set. And Adam turned to alcohol after the show ended and he was found looking for work. Join Factsverse as we uncover how Batman's Adam West lived a secret life filled with women and booze. Adam was a beloved television actor who became famous for his iconic portrayal as Batman in the 60s. He passed away in 2017 at the age of 88. Over the course of his life, he had a hard time coping with the impact that the campy 1960s Batman series had made on his career. However, he certainly enjoyed the attention that the role brought while he was performing it. Batman premiered in 1966 and rose to popularity at the same time as the free love movement of the 60s. Whether because of this or because of the fact that Adam simply had unprecedented sex appeal, the star found himself immersed in a never-ending parade of women during his time on the show. Burt Ward, who played Robin, engaged in these escapades as well. While Burt played Adam's sidekick on the screen, he played a similar role when the two were hooking up with various women, both on and off the set. Due to the fact that their superhero costumes were limiting, the duo found they were often forced to engage in what they referred to as quickies, while making love to Batman groupies in their dressing rooms. Apparently, there were many eager groupies surrounding the set at all times, with Adam having reminisced that there were women waiting for him in his dressing room as early as 7 in the morning. The duo's sexual escapades extended well beyond the hours of set. As Adam recalled, the two of them lived the lifestyle of kids in a candy store, with a constant supply of women at their disposal. Adam recalled there was one night where he slept with 8 women at once. Burt was an innocent young man before joining Adam on Batman, and his co-star subsequently introduced him to what the young actor went on to describe as some of the most debaucherous activities the human mind can imagine. According to Burt, their house parties were filled with all kinds of sexual activity, with women pleasuring each other in every direction, while he and Adam took turns at their leisure. Although Adam and Burt's sexual escapades during the Batman years certainly seemed to have involved a lot of women, Adam was always hesitant to use the word orgy. However, the star did share there was at least one orgy he attended, with an actor who played one of Batman's most famous villains on the program. Frank Gorshin played the Riddler on the 60s Batman show, and he and Adam were said to have unwittingly attended an orgy. When they showed up and realized what was going on, they began acting as their TV characters in an attempt to win laughs from the crowd. The orgy goers didn't find the antics very funny, and the two actors were subsequently kicked out of the party. While most of Adam's sexual activity during his Batman days was relegated to the so-called Batman groupies, he also brushed shoulders with many other singles in the entertainment industry. Adam was known to have gone on dates with both Natalie and Lana Wood, as well as Raquel Welch. It seemed everyone wanted a taste of Batman, until they didn't. While the show's success seemed like it was never going to end, popularity began waning after only a couple seasons. After the 3rd season, the producers pulled the plug. Adam found himself pigeonholed in the campy role. He had a hard time finding other work, and eventually turned to alcohol as a form of relief from the emotions he was experiencing. While Adam's days filming the Batman TV show had been wild in a fun way, his post-Batman days were wild in a much more solemn way. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Adam West was 37 years old when he was offered the role of Batman. He had already been married and divorced twice. Like any newly divorced husband would have, the actor gladly took advantage of the opportunities to meet women that he was afforded from his time on the show. Adam had been suggested for the role after someone saw him portraying a character that was meant to be a caricature of James Bond in an advertisement for Nesquik. Adam had a heroic visage, and the producers were soon envisioning him in the role of Batman. Though the 60s Batman may seem corny by today's standards, it was an incredibly cutting-edge production for the time. The show had the highest budget of any television program up to that point, and this increased production value played a huge part in keeping kids glued to the screen. The show was inundated with intentional comedic elements that were meant to alleviate the possibility that the public wouldn't be willing to accept comic book material portrayed seriously on the screen. Episodes were also filled with double entendre, which was another element that helped entertain adult audiences. All in all, the show was a huge hit with both kids and adults alike during the height of its popularity. After Batman ended, Adam was said to have been offered the chance to replace Sean Connery as the new James Bond. While this would have been the perfect ending to the story behind his casting as Batman, Adam turned down the role. His reasoning was that a British actor should play the James Bond character. While this purist mentality certainly boded well for like-minded fans of the Bond franchise, it didn't bode well for Adam's career. He was likely being more optimistic about his post-Batman offerings when he turned down the role, and might have accepted it had he known how hard it was going to be for him to get work after portraying the campy Batman role on screen. Adam received some bit parts after Batman ended, but they slowly became fewer and further in between. Eventually, he was lucky to be cast in a PSA, and could even be found taking fees for personal appearances. In one notorious instance, the actor lowered himself to being shot out of a cannon at an Indiana carnival. As the jobs Adam was being offered got worse, the former star turned more and more to alcohol. During this period, he infamously got banned for life from a ski resort in Aspen, Colorado for his drunken antics. Abuse of alcohol also ruined Adam's meeting with the Pope. One day, during the throes of his alcohol use, Adam was scheduled to meet face-to-face with Pope Paul VI. As people were lining up to kiss the Pope's ring, Adam had a lapse of sense and forgot to kneel before the religious icon. Instead, he simply bowed his head. Thankfully, the Pope was forgiving. After giving him a confused look, the Pope smiled and shared he was a big fan of the Batman program. Perhaps the Pope saw that Adam was simply a soul in need of some tender love and care. Adam claimed his issues with substance abuse and depression were passed down from his mother. His mother was an alcoholic during his childhood, and Adam walked in on her sleeping with a local preacher when he was a child. Adam went on to have some trouble with women of his own, being married and divorced twice before staying with his third wife until his death. His third wife was Marcelle Tagland, and the two married in 1970. Adam had 4 biological children and 2 stepchildren. Although his role as Batman caused the actor plenty of turmoil after the fact, he did go on to embrace his status as a camp legend. In 2003, Adam reunited with former co-star Burt Ward for the made-for-TV film Return to the Batcave. In 2000, he took a recurring role on the animated show Family Guy. He played the mayor of the fictional Rhode Island town the show takes place in. His role lasted until his death many years after his initial appearance. When he died in 2017, he had already recorded several episodes of the show for future airing. Because of this, new Family Guy episodes featuring Adam were aired until nearly 2 years after his passing. Now it's time to hear from you. Comment down below what your favorite episode of Batman was. And be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Factsverse if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.